125 pounds, 14th ranked Patrick McKee, the two-time All-American for Minnesota. And for the Wildcats, Massey Odiotti, true freshman for Northwestern. Patrick McKee, sixth year out of St. Michael, Minnesota, was a three-time state champion at St. Michael Albertville. Younger brother of Minnesota All-American Mitch McKee.
In this crazy 125-pound weight class here, Patrick McKee only ranked 14th, and he's had some, tough losses. We know how good he is. He's been a multi-time All-American here. Jumps right back in on a shot.
Doesn't waste any time. The double leg drives through quickly, 3 on the board.
Yeah, that's a beautiful Bazagar finish right there. So single leg, switch to a double there, driving across. And we know that Patrick really tough in the top position there. He gets that three-point takedown.
Really good in the top position. He'll give the escape 3-1. He had that great run at the 2021 NCAAs, was a 15 seed. Lost in the second round, won 6 straight to place third. Another All-American finish, a 5th place finish in 2022. Fell short as an 11 seed last March. 2-2 after a 6th place finish at the Big Tens.
But, this time of the year, I mean, you wouldn't bet against Patrick McKee when it came to March because he's really done a great job. Jumps back in on another shot.
Second takedown of the period for McKee. A tech fall against Maryland in the Gophers' win against the Terps on Friday night. Here we are, Jim, early February. As a coach, what are you looking for from your guys this time of the year?
Well, that's a good question because, you want to know that your guys can go out there and wrestle 7 minutes hard, 10 if necessary. You just got to go out there and do I have my team in a good spot that the conditioning is sound, that they can go out there and wrestle a real high pace and be explosive and be ready, get their weight under control, those types of things. But you're looking for that 7 minutes of going hard. And do you have a team there? And if they're not quite there, there's things that you can do in the next 3-4 weeks that can go ahead and help you get to that level.
Double leg here for McKee. Continues the barrage on his feet with his third takedown, and just like that, 9 on the scoreboard for the Gopher, 9-2.
Yeah, and then just to follow up on that point, you just don't want to see guys go out there and camp out when they're heavy favorites. You want to see them working for major decisions, and there you see that staff right there. You see Brandon Megum with the glasses on back there, Zach Sanders, and of course Luke Becker in the foreground here. I think they've really done a nice job. Trevor Brandvold back there. I think they really did a nice job of getting this squad ready. Good example.
Throws a half Nelson and off the whistle, a high half, looking to score some bonus points. Odiotti, a state champion from Loyola Academy. The Ramblers' first state champion, captured that title in 2023. Good work there by the Wildcats.
Yeah, he just jumped up on his feet and switched back into a low shot there, gets the reversal. Now he burns a little clock back the other direction. And
takes that riding time under a minute as they wrestle on the edge and roll out of bounds.
Yeah, let's take a look at this reversal. He just feels the hands, drives right back into that low-level shot. Get a little confidence there. I like the way he brings his hips in. Gets a nice little sweep there as they go off the mat. Good job of competing.
48 seconds left here in this first period. Last season, these two met inside Welsh Shrine Arena. The Wildcats beating the Gophers 18-11 as McKee skips away. And he's back up by 6, 10-4.
Good job with back pressure by McKee, posting that hand on the mat, getting those hips out. Now a little slide by effort there by Odiotti. He's got his knee kind of twisted out. Referee Conrad Duffy.
Kurt Sesker, our second official this afternoon. Guys go forehead-to-forehead collar ties off the whistle. Good level change there from Odiotti. McKee able to stay square. Underhook on the right side.
Yeah, look for something big here for McKee.
Final seconds in this first period. And with 3 takedowns, McKee leading at 10-4. Brandon Eggum, head coach there at Minnesota in his 8th season. Of course, as an athlete and as a coach, over 2 decades in Minneapolis, has led the Gophers to 3 top 10 finishes. Of course, the national champion in Gable Steveson, and you talked about it before, Jim, that staff, Luke Becker, Trevor Brandvold, Zach Sanders, it's a culture. They do things the right way.
Yeah, they do, and I think, you know, getting their guys to go ahead and wrestle hard for that 7 minutes, that's a cultural thing. They, you know, they're always in the weight room, spending, you know, kind of an old school program. They're working up, getting guys together. Not always flashy technically, but certainly not lacking in anything as far as competitive spirit. And I think that just starts at the top. Just, you know, Brandon Eggum is just probably one of those calm guys. Odiotti.
Good shot.
Nice shot.
But now he's in that neutral danger position.
Yep. McKee can take you to levels.
He's tricky.
Yeah, he is. They almost had that little Winn-Dixie. We used to see that technique done by Jason Nolf, you know, where he, from Penn State, the national champion, and that counter to that low single leg. He hit that right there, but got a stalemate.
Level change there from McKee. 1:15 second period. 2-on-1 from Odiotti. I've been impressed with the way he's competed hard against McKee.
He has.
Seen some good attacks. See if he's able to use this 2-on-1 with the Gopher. Thought about a headlock, now got double overs. McKee's got his hands locked.
Yeah, it's interesting here because wouldn't be surprised if Odiotti tries to, it comes back the other direction with that. Got his head in a good position to be able to go ahead, step up and change direction and gets him back to the real estate in his favor and just takes him down.
Bonus point territory here for McKee with just over 30 seconds, second period.
Now let's take a look at this move here, Shane, to see how he goes ahead and just does it, just rotates his upper body there with that bear hug. And, you know, that maybe Odiotti was thinking a little bit, you know, you're staring at that line. How can I get off the mat? How can I get to a neutral position right there? And then quickly, McKee takes him back to the center.
Last weekend, Minnesota, a big win in Piscataway. They beat the Scarlet Knights 20-12. And coming off a win against Maryland this past Friday night, 30-6. Brandon Eggum, great athlete under legendary head coach Jay Robinson. He was a 3-time All-American, 2-time Big Ten champ, world silver medalist. As an athlete, Brandon Eggum, 13-6 following the escape from the Wildcats. Short time, diving in below the knee on a single leg.
Yep, it's a good position. Let's see if he brings his hips in. He does, brings his hips to the party. That's what you got to do in that situation. Get your feet moving and then pop your hips at the right time when your opponent jumps up a little bit in there and get the easy finish.
Short time scoring, so critical. McKee tacks on 3 late.
Let's take a look at this takedown, Shane. Watch, it gets to the leg, all right, but now he gets to his feet, all right, but he's driving in. He doesn't pop his hips right away. He steps in and then brings the hips in, and that's what you get the nice lift.
Patrick McKee this season at 3rd at the Soldier Salutes. 2-2 in Big Ten duels. He'll start bottom in this 3rd period.
Look for a little changeover action here. That's something that Gophers do really well. Odiotti kind of parallel riding there. He's stepping up. I like that position right there. One leg up, one leg down. The guy can't lock his hands, and he just gets the arm coming over the top, gets a quick escape.
These two meeting for the first time as Odiotti dives in on a double leg, but out of real estate.
You know, and this is, these guys watch film on each other and know what they have to work with here. But McKee's, I don't know if he's always, you know, that leg pretty well worked over right there as far as the wrap goes and all that stuff. But we saw in earlier matches in the season where he's had a difficult time really closing out the last minute and a half of the match. And Odiotti knows that and senses it, right? So just like that.
Quick finish, 17-9, a lot of points on the board. Here in our opening match at 125 pounds. I know McKee had off-season surgery, kept him off the mat for a few months.
But, you know, we've seen here where matches, that last 2 minutes have been real difficult for McKee to kind of wrestle well, and Odiotti's put himself in a position to really look good in this 3rd period.
Odiotti gets back to his 2-on-1, another attack.
Hustle back to the center, make an impression on the official.
Odiotti this season in the freshman-sophomore division at the Michigan State Open. He was 6th, was 3rd at the Lindenwood Open. Just a true freshman, showing himself well today in Minneapolis.
Yeah, you can tell that McKee has really slowed it down as he's trying to measure the shot. And Odiotti's just going to try to get a little slight angle, a little corner, drop back in on that leg. We've already seen him attack below the knee.
McKee up by 9 at the moment. Looking to hang on to the major decision. Has not been hit for stalling yet. Into a front headlock.
Good action there by Odiotti, but you know, it's kind of one of those pride things here, Shane. You could go ahead, get one more takedown here, make it an 18-12 match. Jumps in on that low shot, and he collects it right away.
Off the whistle.
Like the competitive spirit.
18-12, a couple of takedowns, keeps it to a decision. 18-12, the final score. Patrick McKee and the Gophers on the board here at 125.
30 points. Good start.
Massey Odiotti, the true freshman, competed hard against the two-time All-American. 125 pounds, Michael Blockhus, all the way up to number 5 in the rankings, an 11-1 record, 4-0 in the Big Ten. And Trevor Chumbley, the two-time NCAA qualifier.
Blockhus jumps right into it and a bear hug, and he takes him down.
6 seconds, Jim.
Yeah. Shot out of a cannon there, got right to the shot that he wanted. You know, and we've seen in a lot of matches at this 157-pound weight class recently where guys just, you know, they have a hard time breaking through the head-hands defense. Blockhus right away in on Chumbley. And Chumbley's a tough guy to get through on here, but he jumped it right away. Beautiful finish.
Blockhus up from 149, where he spent the last 3 seasons, an All-American a year ago, finishing 8th. That following a Big Ten runner-up finish. Down at 149, fell to Sammy Sasso of Ohio State in that conference final. But he's looked fantastic. Big wins over Jared Franick and Peyton Robb. He has found another gear, which is pretty rare, Jim, with some of these veterans, these 6th, 7th-year guys.
I agree with you totally. We've talked about it off camera. We've talked about it, you know, sometimes on camera. You know, I really think that the training that he may have done in MMA over the summertime has really kind of helped him free him up a little bit. And it just, you know, his conditioning is there, and you're doing something a little bit different, and maybe not, you got out of the routine or what you did in the off season. So, but he's really benefited from that, and been fun to watch.
Won his MMA pro debut last August. Round 1 finish. Of course, Minnesota, a history of guys and with MMA success. Logan Storley, Mitch McKee, Brock Lesnar. Can you imagine getting punched by Brock Lesnar?
Oh, man.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't.
I met Brock at a duel in Minneapolis once, and we shook hands. I mean, it engulfed me, and that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought, I can't imagine getting punched by Brock Lesnar. Blockhus leading at 3-1, and tack on 3 more, make it 6-1. His second takedown with inside of a minute in the first.
Yeah, just nice little shuck right there to the side, and he's attacking those hips and getting a little bit of lift along with it.
Michael Blockhus.
You got me scared just even thinking about that, you know?
I would not want to be in the cage with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Or Mitch McKee, Logan Storley, or Michael Blockhus for that matter. These guys are some tough dudes. Looking to finish the period on top. If he's able to do so, he'll take riding time over a minute. See if Chumbley can find a way to escape, and he does.
Good work there, but you know, I like the activity that I'm seeing from Blockhus. And like I said, this 157-pound weight class is filled with guys that really can't get through those head-hands defense right there, and Blockhus has really had the key so far in this match.
6-2 to the second period. Our advanced stat brought to you by IFS. Mentioned Blockhus with some big wins on the season. 2 in the Big Ten. There is Brock Lesnar, NCAA champion in 2000.
How are you going to hurt that guy?
I wouldn't fight Brock Lesnar with 2 tanks.
He's thinking, you know what, I'm going to get that Sparks.
Really laid back guy, really nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay on his good side. Chumbley off the whistle, a couple of knee slides. Looking to get to his feet. Riding time over a minute for Blockhus.
Interesting lift there. Finds the wrist on the way down. You know, I got to say something, okay? There's a lot of guys that we're going into state tournaments and defending champions coming back, number 1, number 2 ranked guys. You know, you can't slam a guy. Some of these guys are going to win state championships, are heavy favored and all that stuff. But when you get in a mat return situation, you're finishing. If you're looking for a wrist, you can't slam a guy. All right, and I can't tell you how many times over the years, guys' seasons are ruined because they come out there, they're all excited, and they're wrestling somebody that doesn't necessarily have the skills that they do, and they pop their hips in, and all of a sudden the guy, you know, inverts and it looks like a slam. Find your wrist on the way down, and you will not slam the guy, and that's what Blockhus did in that situation. But it's a great example for. I get fired up about this because you always hear about it. Okay, a guy get district tournament, he slammed a guy. Okay. And he didn't qualify for state or something like that.
And I love a great mat return, but get a wrist.
Get a wrist.
Blockhus looking for a mat return. There's another one. Coming up on 2 minutes of riding time. Blockhus, hometown Cresco, Iowa, was a 4-time Iowa State finalist. Captured 3 Iowa State crowns back in high school. And this guy is going to be in the mix at 157. No doubt about it.
Had some signature wins so far this year. Only a tough out.
Levi Haynes of Penn State ranked number 1 in the country, the national finalist from a year ago. Aforementioned Jared Franick and Blockhus, those 3 in the Big Ten, all ranked top 5 in the country at the weight class. There's Zach Sanders, part of that Minnesota staff.
Making a decision to stay in the top position right now. 21 seconds left. 2:26 of riding time.
Here the Let's Go Michael chants here in Maturi Pavilion. Get behind their gopher.
Yeah, beautiful little
nice
front
job
trip
with the
right
trip.
there. I love that pinch action right there. And if you have the waist tied up right there, you can slam them down. And there's other ways to go ahead and show physical. And that's one of them right there.
6-2, then mat return and getting the wrist.
I love this. Okay, so watch him. He pops the hips in. You high school guys out there, heavily faded right there. Look for the wrists, okay? You can't slam a guy. The referee can't ruin your tournament life. Good job, Jeff Sermon, our producer today. Jeff Clark, director.
So Blockhus will start the period on bottom. And he's going to get a possible reversal. Has that single leg shelf, now tries to get to the body. He'll settle for the escape. Again, that urgency on bottom against a tough guy like Chumbley.
Yeah.
Chumbley from St. Charles, Illinois. Won a couple of state titles at Marmion Academy. 2-time NCAA qualifier, was 2-2 last March as a 13th seed. Another solid campaign, 12-6 for the 18th ranked Chumbley. He's down by 5, really down by 6 with that riding time locked up. And if you're Blockhus, you're in bonus point territory here.
Right, 3-point takedown, 3 takedowns. You're right there, you've got riding time secured.
Minnesota has tired out the scoreboard in this first half. 3 tech falls. Looking for more bonus here at 157 from Blockhus.
And Chumbley just really hasn't been wrestling at the pace that Blockhus has been wrestling, you know, moving from technique to technique.
At the intermission, really good on the mat series will feature Trevor Chumbley. That'll be coming up in minutes during the intermission. He's a really good story. Sat behind Ryan Deacon and got his opportunity.
And I also like what Blockhus is doing here too. You see showing a left-legged lead and then shows a right-legged lead. He understands that Chumbley wants to get to his right leg. and he's keeping it back at the right time. He's got kind of a natural left leg lead himself, so again, see where Chumbley wants to go. He wants to go to that right side right there. Now,
good
counter shot.
Blockhus.
Yeah, it's back on it there. Good work there by Chumbley. Gets to the leg that he wants to, and maybe he picked up something in all this. Only 9-10 seconds left, you know, pick up a little something right there that might be a difference maker the next time they meet.
Trevor Chumbley avoids the major decision, gets a nice takedown of his own late in the match. With the riding time points, Michael Blockhus with the decision. Now 5-0 in Big Ten duels, 12-1 on the season. Isaiah Salazar brings his 14-1 record to the Resolites against 33rd ranked Troy Fisher of Northwestern. Wildcat is 8-8 on the season. Troy Fisher from Garden Plain, Kansas, Goddard High School, couple-time state champion. Salazar, a 4-time state champion at Windsor High School in Greeley, Colorado. 2-time NCAA qualifier is Isaiah Salazar. 4th at the Big Tens last March. Oh, single leg here for the Gopher.
Yeah, nice little counter shot there by Salazar. And, you know, he doesn't really finish anything quick, but you know what? He's just like climbing rope out there. He just kind of gradually just go ahead and improves his position. Now he flips that over. Now he's going to scoop that bottom leg. And one of the stronger guys at this weight class.
Still got that bottom leg, Jim.
Yep, he had the bottom leg hooked for a little bit there. Maybe could have got into a Turk. But really good counter shot.
Big win against Lenny Pinto of Nebraska. 3-0 in Big Ten duels as Salazar beat Chase Milnick 10-1 of Maryland this past Friday. He leads at 3-0, 60 seconds into this first period. And Salazar, Jim, you talk about a physical style. He's a brute.
Yeah, he's old school, wrist riding. Occasionally put a leg in. Yeah, the Northwestern guys have had a difficult time with in the bottom position here. A lot of that speaks to the inexperience and youth that they've had there. Just as I say that, Fisher jumps out and gets an escape. But
Fisher up to 184 after spending the past 4 seasons at 174. He's a 2-time national qualifier. Last season, 2-2 at the national tournament as a 19 seed. 7th at the Midlands. He's been a solid wrestler for Matt Storniolo in this lineup. He's been a staple.
Yep.
Talking about the Midlands, he had that wild match, 12-10 over Michigan State's Lane Malcheski.
Nice little drag action right there. If you can't get all the way over off the drag.
You remember last year, Jim, in Piscataway, we did the Rutgers-Northwestern duel, and Fisher came back and beat Jackson Turley 11-10.
Yeah,
that was an exciting match in that duel meet.
Yeah,
So he's got a gas tank. He's down by a pair with 35 ticks in this opening period.
30 seconds.
Half shot there from Salazar, straight on. Hard collar tie from the right side from the Wildcat.
Both these guys settling in right now. There are a couple of good attacks there by Salazar, really making a pretty good impression out there with the lead.
Off of Fisher's shot, Salazar scoring the first takedown.
Yeah, Shane, when I talk about counter shots here, look at the shot right there by Fisher. He kind of waves at him a little bit, right? Okay, gets at it, just drives back through. Nothing but just, you know, staying low and just driving through, and take a look at the finish. He pops it the other way, right? So good work there, scoops the bottom leg. And you know what, the other thing too that he does is he's so strong. I mean, he's pulling things in. I mean, he's just he seals his chest to a guy's leg. Really not a lot of room for counters. Another wave by Fisher to get in on the leg.
Salazar last season, after that 4th place finish at the NCAAs, went to the national tournament as a 9 seed, came up short Going 2-2, he wants to get on that podium.
Ooh. Tell you what, Fisher
brings the fight.
Yeah, Fisher likes to, you got to be careful when you're trying to reset out there, because Salazar just basically tries to bull rush you into a mistake. I like it. Right there.
This weight class, 3 in the top 6 from the Big Ten. Lenny Pinto ranked 3rd. Bernie Truax ranked 5th, although I would expect him to fall after getting beat by Ryder Rogotsky on Friday nights.
Then Rogotsky had a tough time today.
Got pinned by Brian Soldano of Rutgers. It's the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Any given day. Fisher with an underhook. And now Salazar clears the tie.
Straight on shot. Yeah,
yep. Especially against a guy like Salazar, got to find an angle.
Boy, I tell you what, you don't want to miss the mark or be off or kind of get pushed off to the side, because he's going to come like a freight train at you, try to knock you over. And I really like misdirection right there. It gets to the leg.
Looking for a takedown in short time. He's got 10 seconds.
Yep.
Good defense here from Fisher, fighting hard. Great defense.
Good job of squaring up right there. That was worth looking at again. Take a look at this, okay. Misdirection shot right there. He comes through and kind of stays with the shoelaces flat. I think if he gets up and drives there, he scores, all right? But now he's got to go ahead and deal with Fisher kind of moving away and then coming back and squaring up.
And you bring this point up all the time, Jim. Fisher did not dart towards the edge. He wrestled him hard in the center of the mat. He faced the man.
Yeah, he gave a little action to the outside, like you say, but he came back and squared up and didn't put his feet together, which makes it easier for the opponent to finish.
4-2 match. That kept Fisher in this match,
yeah,
that defense to close the period. Now he's down by 2. If he gets a takedown, he'll take riding time under a minute.
Right, and he drops it on the shot. Again, shoelaces flat. There's no secondary move right now, and now you get a stalemate. Sometimes it's okay to take that shot, but you've got to be thinking about, okay, what's the secondary part of this? Can I get to a, I might be shooting a straight-on double, but I'm going to take what I can, get to a single. There, right there. Good work there by Salazar. Drops back in on the shot, comes out the back door. Frees his ankles up. Now he got that one toe remaining. All the same time as he gets both legs, squares up a little bit better.
Now he hooks that ankle, looking to clear his head.
Yep, and as he clears his head, he's going to roll him back into that neutral danger call. And it's really difficult for Fisher to he just basically concedes the takedown at that time. If he didn't give it up, he was going to get it by neutral danger.
So Salazar widens the gap with his second takedown.
Yeah, the difference in this match has been between them. Both guys have got to a leg, but, Fisher has had no power left once he got in. And Salazar has just been so strong. And, man, once he gets on the leg, he knows how to improve and finish and keeps the action going to his favor. Really a strong guy.
Salazar this season 3rd at the Cougar Clash, was a co-champion at Soldier Salute. His only loss was at the Cougar Clash, filled the Colton Hawks in Missouri, 11-5. Riding time is locked up. After dropping their first 2 Big Ten dual meets to Iowa and Nebraska, Minnesota will improve to 3-2. And Isaiah Salazar with the decision here at 184 for Minnesota. And he remains perfect in Big Ten duels, now 4-0. Ranked 6th in the country at 184.